Yo, what's up everybody, so as you guys did see in the thumbnail, I'm going to be talking about 5 mistakes that people make starting out playing Draving Empire. I kind of just want to go over some of the mistakes that people I kind of see make, like, when they're new to Draving Empire, some of the questions and stuff like that. And yeah, let's get right into it. And the first one, which I would say is probably the most major one, is buy houses. Buy houses. If we go over here to buy houses, we have all these expensive houses, stuff like this. I'm pretty sure that you get a free mansion, so they do give you a free house already. And I will say the biggest mistake starting out, at least playing like the game, I would say, is buying houses. That is a huge mistake. As you guys see here, bro, these are so much money, like millions of dollars. And when you're starting out the game, I would 100% prioritize just getting cars and stuff like that. That is definitely way more important in my opinion. And yeah, these are just millions of dollars, and also 99% of the time you will end up regretting it. I remember when I had my first maybe like 5 to 10 million, and then I went and like bought it on a house, I instantly regretted it, which is also another reason why a lot of people ask for a feature to sell houses, because a lot of people do regret like owning houses. And quite frankly, when you own a house, you don't really do much with it. I maybe do some things, like sometimes I maybe take pictures or stuff, but like besides that, you don't really do that much with your houses. Maybe you take some pictures or do a couple car meets, or maybe you record some videos, whatever, if you're a YouTuber. But besides that, you don't really do much with your houses, and it's kind of like a waste. I would focus first on getting the best cars in the game, which have the best performance, so you can make the most money and stuff like that. And then when you're like super rich and you just have like a lot of money and you don't know like what else to do, you have every car you want or whatever, then I guess you could buy a house if you really want to. Now, moving on, we have selling cars. Now, this one might be a little bit controversial. And what I do gotta say about this, when you're starting from literal zero, like maybe like you sell a car, like maybe you sell your starter car and you get like 200k, but you basically have $0. So selling cars is not a bad thing. So in my opinion, when you have a car that's fully maxed out, that's maybe more than 2 million, I don't think it's worth selling at all, in my opinion. You always can, but as you guys know, you only get, I think, maybe 70% of that money that you spent on it or something like that. I think it's something like that. What is it? Yeah, it doesn't tell you, but you only get like 70% back or something like that, so you do lose a lot of money. In my opinion, a car like 2 million or over that you fully upgraded, I don't think is worth selling at all. So basically, don't sell cars if you're not ready. If you're starting out the game like literal like from zero, then I do understand like selling cars and working your way up, maybe to a car like this, or you know, Ravana Racer, Venom F5, whatever. But don't sell cars if you're not ready. Now, moving on is spending money on appearance. So when we go over to customization, we have performance and we have appearance. But starting out, when you have limited money, always do not spend money on your appearance. It is useless. If you have like limited money, put all of it towards performance. Okay, you can change colors of the cars and everything, that's all free and stuff, but like other things, like maybe let's say underglow, like stuff like this, 75k, that's a lot of money when you're starting out. Nitrous effects, stuff like that, and also like maybe changing rims, stuff like this. While it is cool when you're starting out the game, focus on just completely like upgrading your car and performance. Just get it fully maxed out first. And yeah, spending money on appearance is pretty much useless, at least when you're starting out. When you have your car like fully matched, then from there I would kind of recommend it. But yeah, changing colors is free and everything and stuff like that, and you can change the interior. Changing colors is completely free. Changing the headlights is free. But don't spend money on appearance, at least when you're starting out. Now, this is one that I kind of see often, and I completely understand it, is grinding the wrong races. When you're new to the game, you might not know like what race is best to grind. You could obviously search up a video of mine or whatever, and you could kind of find it out. But a lot of people are confused. I do see a lot of people in the Discord server which are new asking what races to grind. I see a lot of people grinding like highway or maybe circuit, cross country, because they just don't know. Like they just look at the money or whatever, or like, you know, highway maybe is the easiest to grind, but they'll look at cross country and be like, okay, this pays the most, so this is the best race. Or they'll grind circuit maybe, or they're just grinding highway because it's the easiest and it's kind of like one of the shortest races, whatever. A lot of people don't know like what race to grind. So yeah, kind of just make sure that you don't grind the wrong races. If you guys do not know, the best race is Rush Hour. It gives you about I'd say 1.3 to 1.7 million dollars an hour. You can grind this over and over again. The last one that we have is buying cars only based on looks or top speed. Now, I do completely understand it. It depends like kind of what you play the game for. You might just want to collect cars, so you just buy whatever's the coolest. You don't really care about performance. But I do think, at least starting out, most people do care about the best performing cars so they can make the most money to buy other cooler cars like down here or whatever that they must like really want also. So if we go over here, let's go to a car that has like a very high top speed perhaps. Maybe like the Devil 16, for example. So this car has a very high top speed. We don't see a lot of people using it for the fact that the handling is really not that amazing, and the acceleration is pretty decent, but the handling isn't really that good. And overall, the Ravana Racer is just a much better car, even though the Devil 16 has a greater top speed. So do not just buy cars for top speed or how they look. Just first go for the cars which have the best performance, because it will ultimately help you. And then you probably want a car that's like down here, which is really cool, and then you can work your way up to that and just, you know, start collecting cars that are just cool. But don't buy cars only based on looks or top speed, at least when you're starting out. If you have any more suggestions for things that you shouldn't do starting out the game, drop it below down in the comments, because it can maybe help somebody else that's starting out and that's a beginner and kind of just wants to learn like what's not the right thing to do starting out the game and like what they should focus on. And yeah, that is pretty much it for today's video. Have a good one, everybody, and bye.